I didn't stop explaining myself because I was angry. I stopped because I finally noticed something. For a long time, I believed explaining was a good thing, that it meant I cared, that it meant I was emotionally responsible. I thought if I could just choose the right words, soften them a little, arrange them carefully, deliver them calmly enough, people would understand me. But they didn't. The people who genuinely cared never needed explanations in the first place. And the people who asked for them the most weren't really listening. They were waiting for something to question, waiting for something to reinterpret, waiting for the conversation to keep going. That realization didn't arrive during an argument. It didn't come with raised voices or conflict. It arrived quietly, the way most honest realizations do, when I finally started paying attention to what kept repeating. Over time, explaining stopped being a choice. It became automatic. If someone misunderstood me, I felt this internal urgency to step in and fix it. I'd rewrite messages before sending them, sometimes 3 or 4 times, removing words that felt too direct, adding sentences I didn't actually need. Emails turned into paragraphs that could have ended after one line. I wasn't trying to be dramatic. I was trying to be safe. And slowly, without realizing it, explaining became a reflex instead of a tool. It showed up in the smallest moments. After conversations, I'd replay what I said in my head. Did that sound wrong? Should I follow up so they don't take it the wrong way? Did my tone feel off? I explained my decisions, then explained why I made those decisions, then explained why I didn't mean anything personal by them. From the outside, it looked like normal communication. Inside, it felt like constant self-monitoring. I wasn't speaking freely. I was managing reactions, and that kind of awareness slowly drains you. Over-explaining doesn't usually come from clarity. It comes from conditioning. It comes from environments where silence was misunderstood, where being direct felt risky, where not explaining meant conflict. So you learn to stay ahead of it. You fill in every gap, smooth out every edge, clarify everything before it can be questioned. And over time, you stop trusting that what you said is already enough. You start believing understanding has to be earned. The pattern didn't break during an argument. It broke during an observation. I noticed that no matter how clearly I explained, certain people always stayed confused. Not accidentally confused, conveniently confused. They understood just enough to keep the discussion going, but never enough to adjust their behavior. That's when I saw it. Some people don't want clarity. They want control, and explanations give them something to push against. People who respect you don't interrogate you. They don't dissect your tone. They don't ask you to keep justifying how you feel. They assume good intent. Once I realized that, something shifted. I saw how much energy I was spending trying to be understood by people who were invested in misunderstanding me. Explaining stopped feeling helpful. It started feeling unnecessary. So I tried something different. I said less. Not defensively, not to make a point, just intentionally. Shorter replies, cleaner statements, no emotional footnotes at the end. And yes, it felt uncomfortable at first. Silence always does when you're used to filling it. But something unexpected happened. The conversations that mattered became easier. and the ones that didn't revealed themselves without effort. Before, silence made me anxious. Now, it gives me information. Before, I felt responsible for how everything landed. Now, I trust my words to stand on their own. Before, I explained to maintain peace. Now, I let clarity do the work. I didn't lose people. I lost confusion, and that felt lighter than I expected. If you've been explaining yourself a lot lately, this isn't a failure in communication. It might be a signal that you've been trying to be understood in places that are listening to reply, not to understand. You don't owe everyone access to your reasoning. Say less. Stand steadier. The right people will understand you without the speech.